Are
I
we
think we
back?
back.
Are
I
we
I
back?
think we back.
All right,
I
we
think we
back.
back. Oh snap!
Notification.
Yeah, let me go ahead and put my tags back up. Um, my bad, y'all. I don't know what happened. I'm
Sorry.
waiting for somebody to come in here and let me know if they can hear me or not. 13. So let me try it again. How you doing?
I'm doing good. How you
I'm
doing?
doing good. I'm doing good. How you feeling?
Feeling good, feeling great. I can see eyes. See with my eyes on this great Sunday.
Yes. You once was blind and now you can
And
see.
now I can
Go
see.
on and
Yes.
testify. Go on and testify.
Testamonte.
Testify if you will, if you want. Uh, Let me know if y'all can hear us out there.
Yeah, before we get started, we was kind of not doing good with the hearing.
Yeah, it wasn't going so well. So again, today's episode is dating with adult children. Shout out to everybody. Make sure that you subscribe, not subscribe. We ain't on YouTube, child. We're trying to get
Not
there
yet.
though.
Not
We're gonna
yet.
get
We're
there
trying to
though.
get
I
that
gotta
up.
build the channel up, but um, make sure you like the SoulFilled Sunday page, like the post, share. Check us out. Look at it later in life, or might be helpful. Check out some old episodes if you want to. Look like we frozen.
Are we?
I don't know.
Oh, technology is just
This is
doing
not
too
my
much
friend today.
today.
This is not my friend today. But it's all good. We're gonna push through. Um, you would have some knowledge of dating with an adult child. Am I not mistaken?
Yes, I
Mhm.
would
Mhm.
have a little knowledge on that. It's a bit different,
Okay.
but even though I dated with an adult child, I still, from a mother's point of view, just don't want to bring anybody around my kid because at the end of the day, that's still my kid.
Mhm.
And anybody who shares her space, anybody who shares my space is going to be sharing her space.
Right.
So I still wanted to
Thank
have,
you. Sounds good. Thank
thank
you. I
you.
appreciate that. Good.
Still
Good
wanted to
looking out,
have
Big
it
Show.
where, you know, I don't, even though my child's an adult,
Mhm.
I still don't want just any old body around my kid because she's still my adult. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
She's my adult, and I don't want any bad influences around her. I have a child who made it to 24 with, no kids,
Mhm.
no behavioral issues,
Right.
no none
Right.
of that, and I don't want none of that to start because I bring negativity around her. Um, One of my past relationships, she became an adult towards the end of that relationship,
Okay.
and that's when it hit me like, her opinion now does matter.
Mhm.
Because when my child hit me with the mama, you're not even the same no more.
Mm.
I was like, what?
Mm.
She was like, you're not mommy.
Oh
So
wow.
I don't know who this person is, but
And it's funny that you
so
say that. Kind of want to put a pin there,
mhm.
and because one of my things is, and not to say that it's your situation, but do sometimes adult children have too much to say in their
Absolutely.
parents' relationships, right?
Absolutely.
Um, I think I've seen a lot of women stay single when they do have teenagers and stuff
Mhm.
like that, um, just to like not have to deal with other people per
Right.
se. And then it's like, well, then I might as well date somebody with children. Um, and that doesn't necessarily mean that it's going to be a better accommodation because you both have different styles of raising your children.
Right.
So you would definitely want to make sure that you mesh on different levels. And how soon are they bringing their kids? Oh, you can come through. Yeah, my kids is here.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
So why for you is that something? I mean, I can understand for saying, and when I say adult children, let me clarify. I mean kids between or people between the ages of 18 and 24, basically.
Right.
Um, because 25 you can have your own damn insurance, and sign your own loans. But anyways, what made you decide to kind of restrict the interaction once your daughter was like over 18, was 18 or over?
I still wanted her to know that she was in a safe space.
Mhm.
Because let's face it, no matter how good a person pretends to be during their
Mhm.
representative period
Mhm.
that they know you, you still, if you bring someone around all soon and you don't know if that person's a predator,
Mhm.
you don't know, and for I'll die for mine.
Right.
You feel me?
Right.
So if I was to, I would number if I was to bring somebody around her, just for an example, who was a predator, and I use this example because I went through it myself.
Mhm.
And my childhood is the sole reason why I don't bring anybody
Mhm.
around my kid.
Okay.
And so if someone were to do something to my child that is unacceptable for me,
Mhm.
I don't care about your explanation,
Mhm.
because I'm a mother first.
Right.
I'm not your lady, I'm not your friend, I'm not nothing before I'm a mother. I'm
Got you.
human, then I'm a mom.
Right.
And no matter how old my offspring is, my daughter's 24 years old, but that's my baby.
Right.
And everybody, when I talk about her, it's like my baby this, my baby that. But then when they meet her, they be like, "You got a whole grown ass
Right. That ain't
woman."
no baby.
Right. But for me, that's my baby.
Mhm.
That's what I use my vessel to produce to this world. That's
Right.
my piece of contribution to this world. And I'm not going to be the driving force in what is negative for her.
Mhm.
Now, some negative attributes might be because of me, but anything that's for her, I'm gonna try my best to keep it where it's not negative, to keep it where it's positive, and that includes my interaction and the people who I bring around her. Because let's be real,
I'm having all
if
kind of technical difficulties.
if I bring
Sheesh.
somebody around my kid who's like real brash when they talk, just to people in general,
Mhm.
there's a certain way that you're gonna talk to my kid, grown or not.
Right.
Because if I don't talk to my kid that way,
You're not even
you're
gonna.
not gonna do it
Mhm.
either. And the excuse is always, oh, but they're grown. So what?
That's
They're
still my
grown to
kid.
you,
Yeah.
but to me, that's still my child.
Mhm.
So I limit the people that I bring to her life, because my child, I know my child, and my child is she's very loving, very caring, and I don't want her to love on somebody who's not good for her
Mhm.
as well as me.
Right.
I made that mistake once. I
Mhm.
won't do it again.
So you find value in, and I guess if you have a responsible adult child, you find value in your children being accepting of who you're dating as well. I
Mhm.
mean, for their safety, for their balanced environment.
Mhm.
I think that's a good thing. I think that's actually really positive. Because you do have the Jody's mama complex. I can't think of her
Yeah.
name right now. Mama gotta have a life too.
Right.
And it's not to say that the dynamic of the relationship between Melvin and Jody was a bad thing, but he didn't know how to deal with male energy outside of himself,
Mhm.
especially not having that active. And so, in my opinion, I think when you have children, you should be very very particular about who you let around them,
Mhm.
adult or not, because they're going to get a certain vibe that you might not have caught. And especially if they are an adult and they have had positive relationships, and or they might be in a positive relationship, they can be happy for you and
Yeah.
not like this person is taking my mother away or this person is da 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 da. So in that regard, what are some of the things that you kind of look for in an individual to let you see that it's okay to have this person around my adult child in a sense?
Um, for everything that I am.
Okay.
I look for a person who's gonna be honest,
Mm-hmm.
because if you lie on my kid and my kid didn't do what you said they did,
Mm-hmm.
that's gonna be a problem for me, because for me that's gonna mean you trying to create discord,
Okay.
and I can't. You know what I'm saying? So
Mm-hmm.
I look for people who's honest. I look for people who have, and this I look for people who have good relationships with other people,
Right.
because if 5 out of 6 people, 4 out of 5, 5 out of 6. However, if the majority of the people that you know be like, "You friends with her,"
Mm-hmm.
I need to know why.
Why?
I need to know why do they feel that way. Now, sometimes it is just hate, because maybe that person wants to be in your circle,
Mm-hmm.
but a lot of the times it's not. If it's a lot of negative reaction to a person, then you might want to consider why that's so.
Right.
So I just, for the people who I'm going to have interact with my kid, they gotta be everything that I am and everything that she is, because my kid is very giving
Mm-hmm.
and very loving. She, like, if she feels like you love me, she'll love on you.
Right. So then here's my, because obviously I don't have an adult kid like
Mhm.
that is my biological child, but I'll ask like, do you think, and I mean I can answer it from my opinion base, but do you think that, let's say as a parent, I decide to wait until my child is 18 for me to really start to date, right?
Mhm.
And then once I start dating, um I'm in and out of a lot of different situations, relationships and things like that. Would that cause effect to that a growing adult, as far as their effects of seeing relationships? Like, damn, I done got 18 and I ain't seen this side of mama or daddy before.
Mhm.
And you know what I'm saying? They just laying it low and spreading it wide.
Well, here's the thing. We all build our relationship with our children based on our own relationship with our parents.
Okay.
And you either gonna be just like the great parents you had, or you're gonna be nothing like the horrible parents you had, or you're gonna be the horrible kid who had the great parents, or the great parent who had the horrible parents.
Mm-hmm.
So you're gonna be one of the other.
Got you.
For me and my life, I had to be the opposite
Mm-hmm.
of what I was raised in. Now, I'm not saying I don't love my mother. My mother chose to give me life.
Mm-hmm.
Without her decision, I would not be here.
Right.
However, there's a certain way to treat your kids so that they still feel like people. You can't treat them in a manner where they feel like they don't matter until they get grown.
Mm.
And for a lot of the time, because I didn't grow up with hugs and kisses and mommy loves you, I didn't grow up with that. And a lot of the times, people they parlay that into their relationship with their kids,
Mm-hmm.
but not me, because a lot of the times I thought, "Man, I wonder if my mama love me,"
Mm.
and that hurt because you don't know.
Mm.
I never wanted my child to be like, "I wonder if my mama love me." My child be like, "If you come over here with that kissy face stuff one more time, I am 24 years old.
Right.
I don't want to kiss you all the time."
And see, here's my thing is that I don't think it was until I got, man, to like my mid to late 20s
Hmm.
that I started meeting more of the people like my mom dated. And I was like really like, who is this? Who? I'm the
Right.
owl up in here. Who?
And see, that's the thing, when for the parents who kind of wait till their kids get out of their teenage years to start back dating,
Yeah.
that's gonna be a problem a lot of the time, especially with a lot of sons,
Mhm.
and they don't see their mama date until they 18 and doing their own thing. It's like, nah, player, what you here for?
Right.
Like, what you want?
So is still has that, when those type of situations occur. And because I know for a very long time I was very overprotective of my mother.
Mhm.
And in hindsight, looking at it now, I think maybe it was a factor of because it was always us. You know what I'm saying? Dad is over here. You
Mhm.
know what I'm saying? You're not married. So my mom didn't keep. I can tell you a one dude that she dated for a while that we just was like, we still consider that dude like, that's your boyfriend. And they
Mhm.
ain't been together in over 20 years. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But like, we don't know nobody else. So did that because of that closeness and that bond and that unit, does that cause a little bit of dysfunction in that parent child relationship because now you've taken on the concept of I'm now going to protect my mom because she or my father because they protect me from the outside world, so
Mhm.
now what is it that you want?
Right, but it's up to that parent to let their child know, like, cause my baby, her resting bitch face is something serious, and it's not that she don't like you. It's just that she's on the what you want, my mama,
Mm-hmm.
like type stuff, and she's very, very because she's seen the she was actually a part of the worst relationship I was in.
Okay.
So that's where her protection came from because it's like, when I was little, I couldn't do nothing.
Mm-hmm.
But
And now I can.
now I can.
Okay.
But as a parent, I always have to tell her, my life is mine.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And though I appreciate you coming to my defense, you don't have to be all rah rah with people. You come to me after you do your observation.
Yeah.
You come to me and say, "Well, mom, I kind of don't like the way this person talked to you,
Mm-hmm.
stuff like that." Because that way, your child is not out there like, huffing and puffing and giving you the impression that they gonna be a problem. That way, they interact, they observe, they see, they be around you for a couple of times, and if they don't feel the vibe
Mm-hmm.
at that time, they can come to you and be comfortable enough to say, "Well, mom, pops, I ain't feeling her. Mom, I ain't feeling her because when she said such and such and such and such,
Mm-hmm.
I don't think that was appropriate
Mm-hmm.
because your kid knows how you like to be treated. They've grown up with you."
But as a child.
But as a child, as an adult, they're going to take those things they learned as a child and now start applying them to you.
Mm.
Because now it's like, well, my mama this and my mama don't like that, and because my kid can run down everything my mama don't like, she don't like this, she don't like that, she don't do this, she don't do that, woo woo woo, but she's not going to put herself in a position where she's interfering,
Right.
because if there's a problem, she's gonna come to me and be like, "So how did you feel about such and such and such and such?" But that's just because that's the relationship I created with her. I wanted her in her adult years to not be fearful to come to me and voice her opinion. So I gave her moments throughout the years where, "Well, what do you think about this, baby? What's on your mind about this?" And I would talk to her about stuff like my relationships. "Well, how do you feel about this person being in mommy's life?" Or "How do you feel about that person?" Just so that I could give her enough rope to know that, well, I can talk to my mama about anything because
Mm.
she asked me
Mm-hmm.
about anything. Now, of course, adult kids are going to cross the line,
Mm-hmm.
and you're going to have to remind them, you might be grown, but you ain't grown up than me.
Right. So that's the thing is like, where do you define that line? Where is that balance? Because, for example, and it's one person in particular, like, that was a good friend of one of my parents. I'll say it like that.
Mm-hmm.
And I still have a very good relationship with this person. They don't really communicate like that, like it's hit or miss, but they're not in a relationship.
Mm-hmm.
And so she's coming, she's like, well, damn, I just said which parent, right? My parent has come and said, well, this person is this and that, and I don't want you to deal with them because I'm not. To me, that's a little, now you're breaking relationships that that person has built outside of you.
Mhm.
And then not only that, I think that it's imperative to be very careful how much information you give your children, adult or not, I don't give a damn if they 30, 40 years old,
Mhm.
about your relationship. Your child as an adult does not need to know every problem that you're going through or every
Right.
issue that you have, because now you've made that child your confidant, or you've made them more than the position that they're supposed to be in as a kid receiving wisdom
Mhm.
from you when it comes to different relationships. In my opinion, that is the place where I see a lot of people, in my experience, have a hard time drawing that line of what do I tell my kids and what do I not tell my kids, because they're adults, because they should be able to handle this, because I should be able to say this, that, and the third. But I don't think it's your place as their parent to say, this is how you should operate in your relationships, and because
Mhm.
this is going on and this is what I went through, or oh, such and such just got on my nerves and da 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 da. And it's not to say that these things don't happen in relationships, but at the same time, it gets to a point where that adult child can take it upon themselves to intervene in that relationship and say, you know what, I just wanted to come and talk to you. And now, because you didn't come together with your partner or your husband or your wife or whatever and say, you know what, I've been talking to the kids about this or da 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 da. It should be group conversations. You know what I mean? If it's
Mhm.
gonna be about this is what's going on in the relationship and this is what's going on and blah blah blah, so that they can voice their opinions. But I think when it gets to the point of, oh, I'm just ready to leave this person, and now you've set that in that person's mind, be it a friend, be it a child, because especially for your child, want you to be happy.
Mhm.
They don't want to know that somebody has put you in a position to where you're ready to go. And so now if you don't leave, they're going to look at you as, so do I put up with this? So do I, is this okay? Okay, well, mommy keeps putting up with this or daddy keeps putting up with this type of
Cause they say
situation
they love that person.
because they say they love this person. So I think is there definitely have to be boundaries with that, just like those boundaries that you set as an adult with adult children or with children period, to say these people are not going to be brought around, or I'm not going to have my life on display when they're young. It needs to be in my opinion,
Mhm.
it needs to be the same way. Now again, it may be a little more open, excuse me,
Mhm.
as far as information goes, but I don't think it should ever get to the point where you're talking down about somebody that you've dated,
Mhm.
because now when your kid comes in, it might have been something small, like, oh, David gets on my goddamn nerve, and now they're emulating what you taught them to do in relationships.
Mhm.
So I think it's very sticky.
It is. I've never been the person to bring, even when my child was small.
Hmm.
Ooh, people didn't meet my kid because my baby was a talker.
Hmm.
She was a hugger.
Hmm.
Because that was me. I
Hmm.
always loved on her. I always hugged on her, kissed on her. So for her, if you care about her, that's what you're gonna do.
Right.
You're going to hug her, kiss her, because this is what mommy does.
Hmm.
And as she got older, I wanted to keep that same, I would say, innocence
Hmm.
a little bit, because every person that I dealt with, she's definitely not met.
Hmm.
She may have heard some names, I'm talking on the phone. I'm like, girl, no, I don't talk to her no more.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? She might have, but every person that I've dated, she's not met. She's only met the people I've been in relationships with, and that's
Hmm.
four people.
Hmm. And I mean, I commend you, for that, because I think even when they become adults, there's a certain level of protection that you have to take with them,
Mhm.
and even making sure that, okay, I can expand this boundary, but let me not expand it too much to where my kid becomes more of a friend than a kid, and then they miss and blur lines in other situations.
Right.
that it's like, oh, well, because you told me this, I figured that I could say this. So it's gonna pause for the cause real
Uh-huh.
quick. Thank you all for tuning in to SoulFilled Sundays, dating with adult children. We gotta pay some bills.
Just a couple.
Just some bills real quick
Just a couple.
at the halfway mark. So first off, shout out to Black Ego. You guys make sure you go out there and shop Black Ego for the latest fall and winter clothing for women. It is shopblackego.com. Go ahead and get your ego pumping. I don't know. I missed it. I messed up on that
You
commercial.
missed it.
I
Okay.
messed up on that one. But no, they sell out very quick, very very quick. So make sure that you head over to the site. Hit them up if you see something on the site that might be sold out. They might be able to get it for you. So shout out to Black Ego, and again, make sure you guys go and check them out. Uh, Next up on the list is Javanda's Witch Juice. No, I'm kidding. Um, Javanda's Kitchen. Hit her up for your meal preps, your detox, your power shots, your juices, your
Everything.
eh,
Hey,
eh,
hey,
eh, eh,
hey, hey.
eh.
Okay,
No,
we made
okay,
a
so
good old
seriously, we
song out
did
of
just
that
make
real
a good
quick.
old. That's why we don't have no sense. But no, head over to Javanda's Kitchen LLC.com. If you are looking for a meal replacement, she has an awesome green smoothie that is non dairy, 100% organic, and you could drink it. Is it vegan friendly? Yes. Is it gluten free? Yes. Is it any additives? No. No preservatives? No. So go ahead and make sure that you get your green smoothies, you get your power shots on, get your detox on as well. Don't want to detox? No problem. Don't need a meal replacement? No problem. Don't need an energy shot? No problem. Guess what? Do you like to drink juice? Well, Javanda's Kitchen also has 100% organic juice. The last I checked, they have watermelon, they have a beets and berries, mm-hmm,
I don't know about no
an
beats.
apple and celery, as well as a carrot juice. So if you need an organic juice that's 100% organic, no preservatives, again, no additives, is vegan and gluten free, make sure you head over to Javanda's Kitchen LLC.com, place your order. I think she's having a little sale going on, buy one get one, but it might be for the detox. So go and find out. Go. Not now, but wait, just go later afterward. But anyways, all right. Next up on the list, how's your mental health sitting? Are you doing? Are you mentally healthy? If not, please make sure that you head over to Goddess Child Services and have a free consultation and evaluation done. Again, mental health does not mean that you're crazy. It's preparation. It is making sure that you're still good. Hey, don't you go for a physical every year? It's the same thing for your brain, all right? To see how you're doing as far as from serial killer to Eeyore, right? So you want to be somewhere in the middle of that. But anyways, head over to Goddess Child Services. They have coaching and consulting services. Specialty is in family and marriage. Premarital counseling, there is a great service that they offer there. But if you just need somebody to talk to, if they're not a good fit, I guarantee you that they'll recommend you to somebody that is. So make sure you, again, go over to Goddess Child Services and have your free mental health evaluation. A lot of my family members are starting to get into their groove, and I'm happy for that. Next up on the list is Ray's Sunshine Catering. If you're in the LA area, right, I need you to go over and hook up with Ray's Sunshine Catering. I'm hearing that she's about to do meal prep. She's doing a lot of pop-up shops. So if you're in LA, make sure you head over to her page, like it, all of that good stuff. And last but not least,
Yeah.
I need y'all to make sure y'all get this book. Okay, this is part two, actually. This is part two in a four-part series. Two Sides to the Rainbow follows different characters in their lesbian ordeals. There's coming out stories, there's coming out of it stories. There are dynamic individuals just trying to figure out their side of the rainbow. Please go ahead and support Unique Waterfall and grab book one. Start it off. Grab book two and then grab book three, right? Once you get done with those, make sure you grab Method to My Madness Part 1 in a series of five books. There is love, lust, murder, betrayal, lust, betrayal,
Yes.
Molust and Molust. It
Yes.
is considered an adult mature only book. It is centered in the LGBT community, meaning it's not just lesbians. You get a little trans love.
A little
Come and
bit.
find out. Come and shop with us. Head over to kineticconcepts.wix.com/m2mm if you would like a signed copy of my book. If you want Unique Waterfalls, make sure you hit her up at Unique Waterfall on Facebook, Instagram. She's the same everywhere, okay? Or you can find her on Amazon, okay? Go get your books. Reading is fundamental. Um, Everybody talking about ebooks. Fuck an ebook. You need a physical book in
Start
your
reading.
hand.
Start
Okay, put a
reading.
physical book in
Open the
your hand,
pages
open it up, and feel it.
and read
All
it.
right, audiobooks are not reading. Give a damn what you say. You're listening. It's
Hey,
not to say that you can't get the story, but
right.
what I'm saying is get a physical book. We need to bring that back to people being literate
Right. And I
once
need the
again.
link for what is it?
Um,
Raise. So I can
Ray's
post it.
Catering, Rays of Sunshine Catering. We'll get it up in the
Okay.
comments in a second
I'm
here.
going to get it.
Also, last but not least, if you are into the hookah hose, hose, hose. Make sure you
Ooh,
head over
ooh,
to the Hookah
ooh.
Hose site. They have all your hookah needs, and I'm gonna just leave it at that because it is full service. If you're having an event, let them cater it. They have done a lot of pop-up shops. She is making her name around the city, and I'm proud of you. Big shout outs to my girl over there at the Hookah Hose. Y'all keep doing y'all thing. And there's Rays of Sunshine Catering that was just put up in the comments.
All right.
Did I miss
Thank you.
something?
No.
Smooth move. Yes, I did. I missed a couple of them.
Um.
If you have any senior or any older person that is looking to move, make sure that you check out Smooth Move. On Tuesdays and Saturdays, you have great shows that come on Blast Radio. Make sure you head over to them. You have Truth Tuesdays with Lacey Doll and The Big Show. Y'all make sure y'all check them out. Big ups to y'all. I see y'all doing numbers. And then you have
Do
Uncensored
that.
with
Do
Mello
that.
on Saturday. So make sure you guys support these people that's being consistent and still doing something. They just didn't pop up for like a month, right? That's all the bills. That's all the bills.
The sort of bills.
That's all the bills.
Sort of bills.
Bills. All
Bills.
right. Go ahead and pick it up. I gotta catch my breath.
Okay. So, the one thing that I get the most with having an adult child is, soon as I say, "Well, hey, I'm about to get married," you know what I'm saying? They be like, "Oh, congratulations!" Da, 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 da.
Mm.
Right on up until the point I say, "And I want to have another kid," and
Mm.
be like, "Wait,
Mm-hmm.
you want to start over?
You want to start over?
You want another baby?" But yes, I actually do. And let me tell you guys why. Because of the type of parent I am, I did not want, and I'm not throwing shade to mothers with multiple kids and different baby fathers.
Mm.
I just didn't want to deal with all those different personalities
Okay.
with different kids.
Okay.
Because I got to figure out where this came from, if
Mm-hmm.
this one came from me or this one's daddy, or if this one came from me I didn't want to go through all of that. And plus, after my daughter, I was young when I had her, so I was just like, I'm not finna put another child through the like, man, my kid, we was, freaking frat.
Right.
Because I was young, it was like wherever I went, my baby went.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't want to have two, three kids, 21, 22 years old, three, different baby daddies, and just still doing it all by myself. I
Mm-hmm.
wanted to create a foundation for my kid that I already have, as
Mm-hmm.
well as any future kids.
Right.
So I decided at 19 that I was not going to have any more children until I got married.
Mm. That's mighty damn epic to say. I can say I did pretty well. It's been tempting a few times because I'm like, yo, I'm getting older. I'm ready to have a little mini me walking around.
Mm-hmm.
But looking in hindsight, there may have been one person that I definitely could have seen us still having a rapport to have raised that child.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that that's a good thing, and you have to be mindful even with having adult children and bringing new children in. Not putting like that responsibility on, oh, they grown, like, oh, go ahead, drop them off at Shay House. She ain't doing that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Being mindful of that aspect, and assessing the cost, right? I think that definitely the parent and the adult child has to assess the cost of their relationship and their relationship ties. Um, when stepping too far into the dating, when stepping too far in what that parent wants to do in their life, is like, you know, oh, you want to have more kids? Yes. You know what I'm saying? So it's again, it's a thing of barriers and boundaries that definitely have to be put in place, because it, again, it can come off as like, um, them having a little bit too much say. And again, I can say, from having a young mother, we were very close. And so you're going to begin to, once they get older, you have the, oh, I can't wait till they get older, we can talk about this, we can go
Mm-hmm.
here, we can do
But you're still
that, we can,
limited.
and you're still limited. And so I think you have to remember that in all aspects, you're still limited in what you can do with your adult children. Like, I don't think it, my opinion, I don't think it attractive to get like sloshed with your kid. Like, both of y'all just,
Right, right, right.
you know what I'm saying? If it's a 21st birthday and you done got them shotted up, that's something different. But there has to still be a level of respect. There has to be a level of maturity, and there still has to be that age gap represented in that relationship.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and so I think getting past, for me, I can say, with dating someone with adult children, it is, I'll keep my distance, from anybody's kids, whether they're young, whether they're teenagers, adults, because I know the dynamics of those relationships aren't going anywhere,
Right.
right? And so I'm trying to see if I can fit in to something that already has a foundation. You know
Mm-hmm.
what I'm saying? Is this something that I can come into and see, okay, well, yeah, they cool, you know what I'm saying, or and whatnot. But um, I am very mindful about dating women with children, or I have been, um, because one thing I don't deal with well is disrespect. And another thing I don't deal with well is bad parenting. And it's not my place to say, you're not raising your child right, so I'm going to remove myself out of the situation. And again, I think because they're establishing a rapport and establishing a relationship, it's difficult to date a person with younger children, because I don't want to take the time, you know what I'm saying, that you probably should be spending with, Junior and Tay Tay and Monk or whatever. And it's like, then even with that, it's like trying to work around that schedule. Now, again, I'm flexible, I can do that, but it puts a little bit of a strain on the situation. Even if you have teenagers or adult children that are still living at home with you, and I don't knock that. Don't kick your kids out. You know what I'm saying? Let's make sure that they're ready before you just put
Mm-hmm.
them out on the corner. But even with that, I'm very limited on wanting to be involved with that. Well, I limit how involved I am with that woman, because I understand that she has responsibilities that I don't have right now.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I don't have any children, and if I walk away from this situation, I'm walking away from it. She still got the kid. Now the kid has memories of me, and you know what I'm saying? Now I've caused a level of dysfunction or a level of distrust for this
Mm-hmm.
kid. Really?
Well,
I thought I silenced
the thing
it.
is with that, um, with a lot of children, they, especially when mom, dad, or whoever is dating, they want to have they want to have that relationship
Mhm.
with the person that their parent is dating.
All right.
However, at even with an adult kid, because I have a certain way of parenting,
Mhm.
my adult child can come to me with a lot of things that most kids won't go to their parents
Mm.
with. She can come to me about sex related issues. She can come to me about relationship related issues because not going to she's going to take my advice but consider her own choice.
Okay.
Because at the end of the day, I've always taught her you have to be who you're going to be,
Mm.
not who I want you to be.
Mm.
I might want you to be more like me,
Mm.
but there's some things about me at your age that I don't want you to have.
Mm.
Me at 24 was off the chickadee chain. You hear me? I don't want my child to do that.
Right.
And but that I was sheltered.
Mm-hmm.
My child was not.
Mm.
Age appropriate things when she got 12, she was able to go maybe to the mall with a group of friends. I didn't this is mine and you do what I say and none of that. I wanted her to experience things. So as she got older, it would be comfortable for her to come to me and say, "Mommy, let's talk about this," or "Mommy, let's talk about that." And now that she's grown,
Mm-hmm.
there's either one or two ways she coming to me. She gonna come to me and be like, "Mom, can we talk woman to woman?"
Right.
When she come to me and she want to talk woman to woman, I know it's some shit that she going through. She don't know how to handle it, and she coming to get my advice.
Right.
I give her grown woman advice
Mm-hmm.
at that time. I don't think of her as my child at that time because she don't want that advice. She don't want mama's advice.
Mm-hmm.
She want a grown woman's advice.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I give her. Now when she come to me with some mama I feel like type stuff,
Right.
I'm already back to because now this ain't my adult child.
This
This
is
my
my kid.
I don't give a shit. Like, what's your feelings? What I did now? What you
Right.
mad about now?
Right.
And then most of the times it's something where it's like
For real.
you is grown as hell. And this what you feel like? You know what I'm saying? So when she come to me with woman to woman, I don't give her that energy. I don't give her that what? I
Mm-hmm.
don't give her that
Mm-hmm.
energy. But when she come on some, well, mama, I just feel like I mean like, well, who the adult? Cause I find myself doing that.
Mm-hmm.
And I have to scale it back because I'll say it in a minute. Who the adult? Wait a minute.
You are grown.
We both grown. Well, I'm your mom.
Right.
And you feel me?
Right.
Because, I mothers and fathers and whatnot, they do tend to forget that their children are grown.
Mm-hmm.
These are adults and they have adult lives. You can't restrict that.
Right.
Yes, I'm not that parent. I'm not gonna put my kid out because they hit 18.
Mm-hmm.
At 18 years old, they dumb as hell. They ain't got what they why I'ma put them out? Be like, oh, you
Oh,
18.
somebody said yes, you were off the
Yeah.
chain when you were 24.
Oh, Lorraine, look, this ain't that show.
This ain't that show. Nah,
Okay,
go ahead, drop it. What had
this
happened?
ain't that show.
What had happened? Huh?
So, you know, it's 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 all about always establishing
Mm.
who's the parent,
Right.
who's the child.
Right.
And at this, because what a lot of parents don't realize, the boundaries change as your kids get older.
Mm.
And you got to understand that, or you gonna grow up with these. You think you gave your kid a great life, and they hate your guts.
Mm-hmm.
Because at the end of the day, the boundary stayed at 10 years old, even when I'm 16.
Mm.
I'm not your 10-year-old no more. I'm your 16-year-old.
Right.
I want to do different things because now they coming into who they are.
Mm-hmm.
They learning who they are.
Mm-hmm.
And I can't say, oh well, like for me, I could not tell. Thank goodness my child did not want to go to the club till she got grown. But I was in that thing at 17. You hear me?
Yeah, same here.
Living my best 17-year-old, non credential, no ID having ass life. You hear me?
I hear you, girl.
And when Shamaya hit 17, I was like,
Dodge that bullet.
Woo, my child don't like to party like I did. And even now, I did so much partying that my kid, like with the parties that I had at home, she would have her little party in her bedroom, and I had my grown folks stuff in the front. And as she got older, that life didn't attract her.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, "Woo, child, you missed them, but you dodged it." Because a lot of people say, your kids are going, they're just replicas of you.
Right.
I'm so glad that I got all the good replications.
And I think still, it's gonna be certain things that you may never see that kid do that is a replica of you, but it's like that's
Right.
that's the adult version of them, and let them be
And let them
in their
have it
greatness, right?
because they grown. And once the boundaries start to change with them, they'll
Mm.
see, okay, mama let me grow up that. Because, like, my kid's dad is just like stoic. He's just like, nah, ain't nothing good enough for my child. But daddies are a little bit different when
Right.
it comes to girls, so
Right.
that's to be expected.
Mm-hmm.
But even with him, the boundaries did change. Like, I done cussed at my child more than her father. He doesn't cuss at her,
Right.
and let her call and say my mama cussed me out. He gonna have a whole problem with it because he'll hit that I don't cuss my baby.
Why you doing it? And it's a different dynamic. But I mean, that makes sense. That makes sense. And again, thank you for tuning into Soul Field Sunday podcast. We are here every Sunday, 6 p.m. We try to be here every Sunday. I guess I should say that. It's been a little pressing, but we are
Yeah,
here every Sunday, 6 p.m. live. 6:15 is PLC time that we're normally on here. So if you don't see us live, we're normally on here by 6:15 because we'll be trying to get things situated. And see, because I didn't take that time, the audio didn't work in the first video. But
right,
anyways,
right.
we
Appreciate. So we making up
appreciate
new words.
big facts. We appreciate you all tuning in this week to the Soul Field Sunday show. We are coming up with some content again. We're going to be bringing it with some more current events mixed up with personal shit because I know y'all be liking that blossom stuff. Shout out to all the folks that support, all the businesses that support Soulfield Sunday podcast. I'm gonna just rattle them off. Thank you, and shout out to the author Unique Waterfall. Shout out to Black Ego. Make sure you go and shop Black Ego. Shout out to the Big Show over there at on Blast Radio and all of her family. Y'all keep doing it and doing it up big. Rays of Sunshine Catering. Congratulations on your new endeavors. I wish you well.
Congratulations.
Wish you well. Keep doing it and keep hitting it. Javonda's, she's always a big advocate of the show. I appreciate it.
We
Thank
love
you.
you,
We love you
Javonda.
so much. Keep grinding. Keep doing your thing. She will be at the Edgewood market. I believe Saturday and Sunday.
Uh-huh.
So you guys make sure if you don't want to get it shipped, you don't want to order it online. Check her out at the Edgewood Marketplace. I might be there with some books. Anyways, um, remember to love yourself. Remember to check on your mental health status. If you're not sure where to start, you can go over to Goddess Child Services. They have coaching and consulting services. Get a free consultation and get a recommendation if needed, or stick around. I think that's everybody.
That's everybody, I think.
That's everybody, I think.
Mm-hmm.
We appreciate you guys grinding
Oh,
with us.
hookah hole.
And the hookah hoes,
Hoes.
hoes,
Hey, ho.
hoes,
Can't believe you
hoes.
finna go
Hey,
forego the dance,
yo,
man.
you know what?
We dance
She,
every
that lady
time.
has so much going on, and another big love and shout out to you. That's probably one of the most supportive women I've also met as
Yes.
well. So big ups to you. I don't be name dropping, but no shit. Yeah, we love you, and we still got
She in the
something coming for
comments.
you for your birthday. Other than that, we will be back next week. Same time, same place, same channel. Make sure you like, share, comment. What's
Get
your
your friends.
experience?
Get everybody to like it. Share it.
Are you
Comment
an
on it.
adult with adult children? How has your dating experience been? Give us some feedback. Let us know. Is it difficult for you to date with adult children, or is it more easy? Do you have smaller children? So we always love that feedback. We always want to hear where you guys are coming from. Drop it in the comments. Share it. We ain't trying to go viral. We're just trying to make sure that somebody got a little something worth talking about out here, right?
Just a little bit. And also, we are not um subject hogs. So, if y'all have anything that y'all want to see us cover, anything y'all want to discuss
Right.
with us, anything that y'all want us to discuss, hit us up at SoulFilled Sunday. Send us a quick message. Comment on any of the videos. If
Facts.
you know what I'm saying, post it on the page. Post a question.
We'll
Anything
answer
y'all
back.
want to do, we willing to cover it. If it's anything that's burning in your spirit and you want to talk about it, then go ahead and holler at us at SoulFilled Sunday. And next week,
Next week.
I think I would like to cover this industry is booming, and we've touched on it in a few videos,
Mm.
but I just want to have a show based solely on spirituality versus religion.
Ooh, I'm with
It's
that.
about that time.
Next week we will be doing spirituality versus religion. I'm also gonna couple that with election decoded. Ooh, I know y'all been waiting for it. Like, when she gonna do some decoded